Sisters, brothers, and friends, good evening. I'm Miles Sullivan, United Steelworkers District 6 Director, which represents steelworkers in Ontario and the Atlantic provinces. Joining me this evening is Kevon Stewart, who is my assistant at the district. I'm speaking to you today from the traditional territory of many nations, land that has been inhabited by Indigenous peoples from the beginning. And in particular, we acknowledge that we are on the territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples. This land is covered by Treaty 13, signed with the Mississaugas of the Credit, as well as the Williams Treaties, signed with multiple Mississaugas and Chippewa bands. This territory is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. We are grateful to be able to live and work on this land. I want to thank you for joining us for this edition of News at 6 Live. Firstly, I'd like to take a moment to honor the late International President, Brother Tom Conway, who passed away just a few weeks ago. President Conway was a steelworker for 45 years, first serving his local union as a griever. Tom joined the union's international staff in 1987 and was elected as United Steelworkers International Vice President in 2005. In 2019, Brother Conway became the international president, and he led our union through the pandemic's darkest days. Brother Conway was known to be a strong and skilled bargainer, and he always had the priorities of workers at the top of his mind, whether he was at the bargaining table or within the halls of power. Brother Conway will be missed by our steelworkers family, as well as the greater labor movement. I invite you now to join with me for a moment of silence to honor Brother President Tom Conway. Thank you. I'm pleased to let you know that replacing Tom is David McCall. He is the former International Vice President of Administration, and he is also Tom's longtime friend. I know Brother McCall will do an excellent role in his new position. Former District 11 Director Emile Ramirez has been appointed as Vice President of Administration, and his former assistant, Sister Kathy Drummond, will step into the role of District 11 Director. Sister Drummond is the first ever female district director in our union. This is something we should all be very proud of. A big congratulations to Dave, Emile, and Kathy. Friends, I'm happy to be able to put on this new segment of News at 6 Live once again as an alternative way to get the many projects that you are all working on heard across the district. It also gives Kev and I an opportunity to answer some of the questions you may have for us that you care about. So let's get to it. Kev, are you ready to go?
Let's get started.
Let's go.
Right now, across our provinces, the biggest buzz on the street is that solidarity is stronger than ever. Workers are saying enough is enough and are demanding their fair share of compensation. Workers are exercising their powers and are winning. We are seeing it everywhere, and I want to say, keep it up.
I have some exciting news to share with you. Our conference for District 6, it's happening July 8th to the 12th in 2024 in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. You know, due to the pandemic, we haven't had a district conference since 2018, so we're pumped. We're definitely looking forward to putting on this upcoming conference and coming together in person. It's going to be a week filled with activities, learning, networking, and much, much more. Registration details will be released soon, so please keep an eye out for it on the USW website, in your local union mailing, and on our social media. It will be my first conference as District 6 Director, and I really can't wait to see all of you in St. John's next July. I want to take a moment to tell you about some changes and promotions within District 6 and our servicing staff representatives. After several years of deserved retirements by Herb Danaher, Dale Hogg, and Lawrence McKay, I wish them well as they retire. And although we'll miss them, I'm pleased to welcome Brother Cody Alexander, Sister Parvinder Kaur, Sister Brianna Broderick, and Brother Justin Andrews on board. Congratulations. I'm also very proud to announce that Sister Carla Thibodeau will also step up into the role of Area Coordinator for Atlantic Canada, where she will become the first woman to be the Area Coordinator servicing our Atlantic provinces. The Steelworkers Union is a strong servicing union, and we take pride in our servicing model that prioritizes our members and local unions. Furthermore, our staff have come through our membership. Our staff have taken various levels of our education program. They're activists. They serve on their local union executives. They're mentors, and they are leaders. I have no doubt that each and every one of these individuals will excel in their new roles. I hope you'll join me in wishing them well and supporting them along the way. And while we're on the topic of servicing, I want to talk a little bit about a few contract negotiations that our locals have gone through over the past months. Many of you know and have heard about Bill 124 in Ontario, the wage limiting bill by the Ford government that capped public sector workers' wages and benefit increases to only 1%. Well, that was struck down by the courts, and it was deemed unconstitutional, as we knew from the beginning. Steelworkers working in the university sector face the brunt of that bill, along with healthcare workers. And in the face of unprecedented high inflation rates and the need to catch up from Bill 124, our largest post-secondary education local 1998 at the University of Toronto, the U of T, went into bargaining with a very clear mandate. I'm pleased to report a local 1998 staff-appointed unit, a unit with 5,800 proud steelworker members who provide administrative and technical support to faculty, students, and other members of the university community. They were able to secure a 12.8% wage increase over 3 years. They also bargained workload and overtime concerns, alternative work arrangements, and a wide range of benefit improvements. Local 1998 went in prepared, and their membership was engaged. They saw high levels of turnout in their bargaining surveys, as well as during the strike vote and the contract ratification process. It was certainly the power and backing of membership engagement that won these gains in this round of negotiations. I'd also like to congratulate the local. You know, Local 1998 recently celebrated its 25th anniversary with the steelworkers. Our university locals, Local 1998 being the largest with over 10,000 members across several units, are essential to our union and help keep us strong. They are also a testament that we have been growing outside of the steel sector for a long time now, and we will continue to do so. We are truly everybody's union. Congratulations again. In Hamilton, at Local 7135, 1,475 members took a stand and went on strike this past summer. These members at National Steel Car make rail cars. It is a workplace that's notoriously unsafe. It is where 3 steel workers unfortunately died in workplace fatalities that were all preventable in a span of 21 months. The company's been very profitable, yet the workplace continued to be unsafe. And so the members voted to strike when they could not get the company to budge on safety and living wages. One of the things I'm proudest of is to have witnessed during this dispute was the solidarity at the picket lines. Members showed up for their picket duty, and attendance was always at 100%. The strike lasted for 6 weeks, and once again, solidarity paid off. Solidarity won, and the strike was won by Local 7135. Gains were made and won on the wages category when they got more than was initially asked for. They won improvements in their health and safety language, which included adding another health and safety rep in the workplace. They also won improvements to their pension plans, shift premium increases, dental care, vision care, and safety boot allowances. Congratulations on your win. You stood strong together and you won. That's what solidarity does. I know there are a lot more ratified contracts out there, and I wish I could mention them all. Don't worry though, our upcoming News at 6 newsletter is coming out in the next few weeks, which will highlight more of our wins at the bargaining table. Keep up the great work at the bargaining tables on behalf of your membership. I know we've got a few big sets of negotiations coming up soon, so best of luck to the bargaining committees on the work ahead. One of our union's major focuses is also on organizing in new workplaces to join the steelworkers. While we continue to organize workplaces in our traditional sectors, we are experiencing successes in our non-traditional sectors, namely in the service sector and in particular, Starbucks workers. After seeing successes on the West Coast in District 3, workers at 2 Ontario Starbucks stores have recently voted to join our union. Workers are turning to the steelworkers because they can get better treatment, a better workplace, better pay, better benefits through having a voice at the collective bargaining table. And they are saying yes to our union, despite aggressive anti-union sentiments and campaigns by managers and the company. I want to highlight what one of our newest members said after joining the Steelworkers Union. The brother said, "There is no downside to unionizing. The more focus we put on workers' rights and respecting the hard work that goes into these jobs, the better we can all make our futures. Everyone deserves to have a livable wage and to be treated fairly." Couldn't have said it better. I think that certainly highlights the overall sentiment of workers today about joining a union. Once again, congrats and welcome to the Steelworkers Union, where we have your back. Back over to Hamilton. I was really happy to have the opportunity to join the Steelworkers Area Council at the end of August for Operation Backpack, where we helped pack 1,500 backpacks filled with school supplies for students going back to school. This is now a tradition. It's been going on for several years, and it's been replicated by the London Area Council that also ran their own Operation Backpack Drive. Our union and the steelworkers never fail to lend a helping hand or extend an olive branch to our neighbors in our communities. Thank you to each and every one of you for being exemplary ambassadors for the Steelworkers Union. When Kev and I were in Hamilton for the backpack operation, we were proudly joined by our friends and our brothers from the Canadian Football League Players Association, otherwise known as the CFLPA. These workers play for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and over the last few years, our union and the CFLPA have built a friendship, a strategic partnership on issues that are common, that our members face. After all, a worker is a worker is a worker. Whether you are in a steel mill, a university, or the football field, whether you're a nuclear scientist, a security guard, or a professional football player. In the coming months, look out for joint projects with the CFLPA on health and safety, as well as revamping our campaign to speak out against gender-based violence. I want to take a moment to congratulate our former international president, Leo Gerard, on being awarded the Companion of the Order of Canada. This honor is awarded by the Governor-General of our country, and it is Canada's highest civilian honor. From his roots as a son of a union worker to becoming a union member himself at Local 6500, Brother Gerard went on to become USW staff, the District 6 Director, the National Director, and eventually to our headquarters in Pittsburgh to serve as the International Union Secretary, Treasurer, and finally, International President. As President, he became a major labor figure as he championed workers' rights, both in Canada as well as the US and around the globe. In addition to this award, Leo's achievements throughout his career will also be formalized through the new initiative of our union and the University of Toronto. The new United Steelworkers Leo Gerard Chair in Collective Bargaining and Worker Representation seeks to study and to teach labor relations and human rights. It's been launched with cornerstone funding from our union, USW local unions, and other organizations, including employers where we work with that have made contributions. This is an important collaboration because it will benefit all contributing parties. The chair will solidify the teaching and research and labor relations, collective bargaining, and employee representation in honor of Brother Gerard. I want to remind you that if your local is interested in contributing to this initiative, please reach out to the district office and we'll get you set up. Congratulations, Brother Leo, on both the award and the establishment of the USW Leo Gerard Chair at the University of Toronto. The Ontario Federation of Labour Convention is coming up the week of November 20th to the 24th in Toronto, just over a month away. At this convention, there is a new team of officers who are running for election under the banner Team Ignite. I'm really proud to share with you that Sister Jackie Taylor from USW Local 9042 in the Peel region will be representing the steelworkers and running to be the Executive Vice President of the OFL. Sister Taylor is running alongside Laura Walton from CUPE. She's running for president. And Brother Ahmed Gaid of UFCW, who is running for Secretary-Treasurer. Sister Taylor stands firm on the idea that the OFFL and its affiliates have the tools to empower working people to take action on the issues that matter, or, as we say, our bread and butter issues for organized labor. Those issues are the ability to join a union and negotiate good contracts that improve workers' wages, benefits, pensions, job security, workplace health and safety, and overall working conditions, to provide secure and decent jobs for all workers in the province. And I know, together with Team Ignite, we're going to get the job done. I'm looking forward to supporting Jackie, Lawrence, and Ahmed at the upcoming OFFL convention, and I hope steelworker locals can also join and throw their support behind Team Ignite. I look forward to seeing you there. I'd like to take this next opportunity to do a call out to our Veterans of Steel Committee. During our last international convention in Las Vegas in August of 2022, thousands of delegates passed a resolution to mandate the creation of a Veterans Committee at the local union levels. We want to create space for veteran members to connect with and interact with each other at the district level. And that's why the District 6 Veterans of Steel Committee would join current district level committees, the Women of Steel, Next Gen, Human Rights, Political Action, Steel Pride, and SOAR, where those committees share common mandates that are able to forge solidarity and in turn build power and educate. We also would like to encourage and engage current veteran steelworkers on how we can advocate for resources that veterans communities need and eventually build strong community outreach to other veterans in the union and communities. As we develop the Veterans Committee, we would like to connect with you about how we can best help you and other vets within our district. If you're a current steelworker member who is a veteran and is interested in becoming a member of the District 6 Veterans of Steel Committee, please reach out and contact Sister Anita Bryant at the District 6 office. Finally, I want to end off with remarks and invitations to some of our upcoming events. You know, next week, it's going to be an exciting week. We have the International Women of Steel Conference that's happening in Pittsburgh. And I'm pleased to tell you that I've been told District 6 will have another big showing at this conference. I plan to be in attendance as an ally and to learn and to be a supporter. And I'm looking forward to interacting with those who will be attending. As with every steelworker event and conference, I know it will be a week of education while meeting new activists and building solidarity. In March 2024, mark it on your calendars, the Next Geners are making a comeback. They'll be hosting the International Next Gen Conference in Pittsburgh from March 4th to the 8th. This marks the second International Next Gen Conference for our union following a very successful inaugural conference back in 2019. With delays due to the pandemic, I know our young workers are looking forward to this conference. For local unions with Next Gen members, new or young workers under the age of 35, this is for you. Registration is open now, so please check out the details on the USW website. This wraps up my news update for this segment. Kev, over to you.
Wow, thanks, Miles. That was a great roundup of activities in District 6. I want to take this opportunity to encourage our local unions and members to keep sharing your stories in your local unions, at the bargaining table, in your communities, and with us. We know you all do a lot of great work out there, and we want to be able to share it with others. So please, don't hesitate to send along your stories. Now, Miles, to the questions. This time, Miles, we've had some of our members send in videos of their questions. So let's cue the first video.
Hi, Miles. I'm Canela Villanera from USW Local 1306. I'm currently working at Agripur Dairy in Miramichi, New Brunswick. So, my question for you is raising the bar is about making sure women's health and safety an issue. So, how can we encourage men to take up this cause and not leave it to us to take on? Thank you.
Well, thank you for that question, Canela. Over to you, Miles.
Well, thanks, Kev. I think education is a key here. And it can't just be sisters and the steelworkers that are pushing this new initiative. It's important. And if we can get our brothers on board, we can expand it. And we also have to hold the companies responsible and accountable to have to be part of this, where we bring it to the collective bargaining table, we bargain it into our contracts, and we have real enforceable language that the company is committed to be part of and share in this responsibility. It's their workers, those workers are our members, and they owe it to standing up and raising the bar for the workers that are women. You know, we've already started at a couple locations that are male-dominated industries, where when we talked about our brothers and these locals about the importance of it, it was so well received. They jumped on board. They're already working on it in their workplaces, and they're making it a priority. And I'm really happy to say that together, we're going to make a difference for our sisters in the Steelworkers Union.
Wow. Thanks, Miles. That's an excellent answer. And I truly agree with you. It definitely has to be a collaborative approach. And if it's not, it's going to fail. So again, thank you for that question. I think we've got about maybe 2 or 3 more questions. Let's cue the second video.
Hi, Miles. I'm Don Whitaker, USW 9290, representing steelworkers at Federal White Cement. My question to you is, unions in bargaining right now are making good increases in wages. How do we keep this momentum going?
Thank you for that question, Darren. Miles, I know you touched a little bit earlier about bargaining and the successes, but I think Darren's question was a good question.
Well, thanks, brother, for your question. You know, it's true. The streets are abuzz with the deals that we're getting. We're pulling the best deals that we've seen in decades. And we need to share those stories. We need to chat amongst our members. We need to talk and educate everyone on what we've been achieving and how we've been achieving it. If we build the solidarity and the engagement of our members to support the bargaining committees, I know that going forward, we're going to continue to bargain damn good deals, and together we can make that happen because solidarity always wins.
You know, Miles, you're right. Without the solidarity, we would not get these contracts that we're getting, and we could see it from right across our district. So solidarity and keep the momentum going. Let's go on to the next video. Cue the next video, please.
Hi, Miles. I'm Brenda Gagnon, president of the USW Local 9563, representing steelworkers at the ConMed Healthcare. My question to you is, I know you've been visiting workplaces in the district where our members work, mine included. What is your insight on health and safety, in particular, after touring workplaces in different sectors?
Thank you, Brenda, for that question, and welcome to the Steelworkers family. Over to you, Miles.
Oh, thanks, sister. And first, let me say, I have a real deep respect for what you and your members do in the workplace, and I got to see that when we toured and visited. You know, our union is so diverse as everyone's union that there's a lot of things that are different, but there's also lots that's in common. And part of that is health and safety. And I got to see that your workers in healthcare work nights and weekends and shift work, just like workers in mining and in steel and security. And there's so much commonality in the aspects and the reality of what you face in the workplace, that health and safety is part of that. You know, we've got excellent training and resources. Brother Andy Ladiseur at District 6, our health and safety coordinator, he can be reached for anything that anyone needs with respect to specialized health and safety questions. And it's all about training and educating and having our members engaged and having an active health and safety committee where we inspect the workplace and we have a say and we hold the companies accountable to protect our rights with respect to health and safety on the job each and every day.
Thank you, Miles. And it goes without say, I think our union is the best when it comes to health and safety. We put health and safety as #1 as our priority. And you're right, we got the education to show that. I think we have time for probably one more question. Let's cue the next video.
Hi, Miles. I'm Lisa McKay, president of Local 8748, an amalgamated local representing steelworkers in Sault Ste. Marie. My question for you is, how can we strengthen our committees and get others involved?
Thank you, Lisa. Excellent question. Over to you, Miles.
Oh, thanks, sister. Hi up there in the Sioux. I just wanted to say that our committees are a core part of District 6. They're an integral part of District 6, and they help us succeed with the work that they do. And I think that those who are on committees that go back into the workplace report the work that we do at the membership meetings and get your membership engaged in behind some of the projects and initiatives that our committees are working on. A lot of time they're working on it together and doing it in conjunction. And once your membership and your members see the successes that our committees are doing and the gains that we're making and the differences that can be achieved, they're going to want to get on board. Trust me, our committees have all kinds of room for more members. If you want to join, contact District 6. We'll make it happen. And thank you for your question.
Thank you, Lisa. And truly, Miles, our committee is really the heartbeat of our district. We respect and we appreciate everything that they do. Well, thanks, Miles. That wraps up our questions for tonight. So over to you.
You know, thanks, Kev. And thank you again to Canella, Darren, Brenda, and Lisa. Thanks for once again tuning in tonight. So you know, a recording of this new segment will be available to view shortly after we end. Good night. Solidarity from District 6.